Well, hello again, everybody. Welcome to another short Jim Hall You Ought to Know. And Caden's along with me. Connor's out here somewhere. We got the whole gang from Odyssey Television out here. It's Knott's Merry Farm is where we are. Buena Park off of Beach Boulevard. Yeah, I know. I see all these pretty things. Look at Christmas trees, crafts, a lot of ornate things. And we've got Snoopy on ice. That's right. Snoopy is here today. How about that? It's going to be a great show, everybody. We're at Knott's Merry Farm right here simply because Merry Christmas. You ought to know. Stay with us. Great show coming up. Welcome back, everybody. Jim Hall, You Ought to Know, and I told you we are right here. Knott's Berry Farm is where we are. In fact, it's been transposed, and let's introduce you first off, Jeff.
Hello.
You are?
Jeff Shattuck.
And Jeff, you are what here at Knott's Berry Farm?
I am the manager of park decor and visual display for the park.
Wait, that's a lot of things in there that you just said. That's a lot of responsibility. First off, park decor.
Yes, park decor means everything you see in Christmas and here and throughout the park, my department is responsible for.
And the second part of that title?
Visual display. We take care of all the visual displays for the stores and all the window displays out you see in the front of the park and also inside the park.
Well, that sounds like the total concept, because when you talk about the decor and you talk about the visual, it all kind of goes hand in hand, but it's a lot of responsibility.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's quite a process that we go through.
Well, you know, we're here now. Knott's Berry Farm has been transposed into
Knott's Merry Farm.
And we are here during that time of the season, and you transposed this from Knott's Scary Farm to Knott's Merry Farm. Talk about that process.
That is a huge process. Halloween night, my crew comes in at midnight. We start taking down Halloween, and basically we have about 3 days to get all of our Halloween down before we start putting up Christmas, and then as soon as that's done, 3 weeks, we go from scary to merry.
And when you go to Merry Farm, when this all becomes Knott's Merry Farm, you're talking about quite a lot more visual now going on, or it seems like in the park, and a lot more activity. What's happening there?
Absolutely. Almost every window display in the park gets transformed for Christmas. Every store gets transformed for Christmas. And then we've got things like Santa's Workshop, Santa's Toy Barn, excuse me, and 2 very large Christmas trees, a 75-foot tree in the front of the park, and our 45-foot calico Christmas tree as well. So it's nonstop, for me, about 12 hours a day.
Well, we're here in Santa's Toy Barn, as it were, and Santa's meeting with some of the youngsters, good boys and girls, and getting pictures taken back here behind us today. But as this process happens, what is that process like getting supplied each year? Do all these go back in the boxes and get put away, but is there an attrition where you have to buy each year and you plan new activities and new looks and different things?
Absolutely. I actually am planning for next year already. Different areas of the park will get a new look, our boardwalk area and our Camp Snoopy area, and I'll actually start buying Christmas in January.
January starts Christmas all over again for Knott's Scary Farm. So how big is the staff that you work with here that helps do this with you?
I have an amazing staff of about 8 people during Christmas.
And what are we talking about here? You get some volunteers that come in and help, or what is this? I mean, can the 8 of you transpose this place in a matter of days and get this ready to happen between Scary and Merry?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just us 8. We start prepping Christmas in July. So our Halloween is prepped long before that. So we start pulling Christmas out. It's very interesting to see my shop during September because you'll see Halloween things all over the place and a Christmas wreath hanging next to a skeleton. So it's always very interesting. People just walk in and go, what is going on in here?
Well, I think that transition going from the scary farm to merry farm has to be a kind of a different, eccentric little look backstage as things get transposed and coffins go wheeling out as poinsettias and Santa's toys get wheeled back out.
Yeah, it's a different look, I have to say. Sometimes things get mixed up and we're not sure what's coming and going.
So what do we tell our viewers that are watching this today? One of the things, or a couple things they need to come see and pay attention to visually at Knott's Merry Farm.
Well, I think you would really enjoy our new Christmas tree at Calico. That's got a brand new look on it this year. It's all done in holly leaves and red and gold ornaments. There's like 6,000 lights on that tree. And then, of course, coming to see Santa here. This was a new look this year. We just went with a little bit more of a country look, which it's been getting a very good response. And Santa seems to like it as well. Yeah,
Santa looks right at home there. Nice sleigh, reindeer up there, and nice effect here where the people get a pass-through area, and it's out of the breeze, too. It's a nice effect here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's comfortable. It's a very nice, homey feeling here, and so it's very inviting.
All right, Jeff, talk about how you started here at Knott's. What was your very first job here at Knott's Berry Farm?
Oh, my first job. I actually, right out of high school, I worked here in Ghost Town in the picture gallery, and I took photos.
Really?
Yeah. And then I left for a few years and came back, and I worked as an entertainment tech, running the daily operations of shows, and slowly I became part of the production team here, and now manager of Park Decor.
How long have you been here with the organization?
I kind of count my years here in haunts. This past year was my 20th haunt.
20th haunt. Okay, so that kind of gives us an idea. Things are still very much alive, not dead.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Well, Jeff, we're going to get a kind of a walkthrough and take a look at Knott's Merry Farm, but anything that has to do with Knott's Merry Farm, the visual look, the decor, you had something to do with.
Oh, absolutely. I would say 98% of what you see Christmas-wise here in the park, I had my hands on.
All right. And Santa's back there with the families, everybody. And Jeff, thank you for talking with us right here at Knott's Merry Farm, as it were. We're in Ghost Town, and we hope you're going to plan to come out and see Santa, bring the youngsters, have a great time here at Knott's Merry Farm. We're going to be back with a lot more, so don't go anywhere, simply because you ought to know. Stay with us. More yet to come from Knott's. Welcome back, everybody. Jim Hall. I told you we went from Knott's Scary Farm to Knott's Merry Farm, where we happen to be. One of the, I got to tell you, Jeff, you've been on the show before with us. Now, this was Knott's Scary Farm when we talked to you last, and here it's been transposed to Knott's Merry Farm.
That's right. It's quite a change. It happens almost overnight here at Knott's.
That's what I heard.
The Halloween comes down and the Christmas goes up almost immediately.
Well, let's talk. Introduce yourself to us. Your position here at Knott's is?
I'm a supervisor of entertainment. I write some of the shows for the park, and I take care of a lot of the venues.
And right behind us, we're in front of the stage here as they get the ice ready. It's going to be what?
This is It's Christmas Snoopy in the Charles Schultz Theater. This is our gala Christmas ice show in the Schultz Theater. It's a great show for the whole family, and it's a full 35-minute show. So you can come in, you rest your feet, and take in a great show, and then hit the rides again.
So let's see. You topped off writing that great show where we saw that beautiful hanging happen to It's Christmas, Snoopy.
Yeah, oh yeah. Here at Knott's, where we run the full gamut. We go, like I said, almost overnight. We go from the scary to the merry. Although for us, it's much further in advance. We've been working on this show since practically summer to make sure it gets up on time.
Well, we're in the theater, and the show's getting ready here. People are lined up, I got to tell you, outside the theater as we're doing this particular shot here. And the Zamboni, the mini Zamboni up there, getting the ice ready to go. How big a cast and crew, and what is the excitement like when everybody gets in this beautiful, beautiful arena?
Well, it holds a little over 2,000 people. Yeah. So what happens is the people come in, they get in line. It takes a good hour in line to get in to see the show. We've got a full cast of 15 to 20 people, a full crew of 15 to 20. I've got an usher staff of 10 to 20 on a good day. So you come in here, it's a full operating theater. It's not just a little tiny theme park show. Yeah. It's a full show. We tell people that this show is comparable to a hard ticket show that you'd go see at a local ice arena. It's a great show. It's got a lot of aerialist stunts. They jump on the ice. They move around. It's got Charlie Brown. It's got Snoopy. It's got everything.
All your favorites, as it were. Charles Schultz, all the favorites you think about. Now, the show runs how long? Is a time period?
It's about 35 minutes.
35-minute show. 20 people, 20 ushers out here.
Sure.
I mean, you talk about doing a show in this type of environment. You did it again. I mean, just we've heard nothing but fantastic things about this show.
Oh yeah, people come out of the show and they're stunned at how great it was, how elaborate it is. It's not, like I said, it's not a little tiny theme park show. It's a full-scale ice production with a lot of sets, a lot of changes go on. There's a different costume change for every act, and it runs the gamut from the Peanuts characters are here for the kids. They've got beautiful ice dancers, girls for everybody else, and then the show picks up. It's got traditional Christmas stuff. It's got some of the new hip Christmas songs. So there really is something for everybody in the family.
Well, when you talk about putting a show like this in production, what was something like this, rehearsal time and so forth? What went into getting this ready to go?
This show probably took about 5 to 6 weeks to mount. When you talk about designing the sets, creating them, getting the cast in, rehearsing them, making sure the ice is great, because this is the same theater that we did a show during Halloween Haunt. So the floor actually removes, and there's a full ice floor underneath. So that has to be filled with water, that has to freeze, it has to freeze hard enough to skate on, and as you saw with the Zamboni, it has to be maintained. So there's a lot that goes into this show, but when the curtain goes up, all the audience knows that it's a great show.
Now, something that goes along with the Merry Farm theme, Knott's Merry Farm, and each year you think about a show like this, but the show changes each year?
Every 2 to 3 or 4 years, yeah, they get a new show in. We'd like to keep it fresh, like to keep it new, like to keep it reminiscent of the other shows. You know, it's Christmas, so there are a few things you expect. You expect to see the skaters moving fast, and we've got snowmen, and there's a train that goes by, and Woodstock, and Snoopy, and it's really cool.
Well, people certainly, you do what? Do you do 3 or 4 shows?
We do 3 a day, except on Saturday we do 4.
4 shows on the weekend on Saturday.
Which is great because the show's not easy to do. If you see it one time, you get winded just watching. And imagine that they do 4 a day, which is amazing.
Tell me about the audience when they come in and they experience this, because they're lined up out there, as we mentioned. They're actually out the doors waiting for the doors to open and get in here and get their seats. Yeah. How many return faces do you recognize coming back for a second and third show? Oh,
we see dozens of people that come back all the time. In fact, there are a few out there, they've been to almost every show. This is a real favorite of people. They like to come back again and again. A lot of our season pass holders feel that it's not complete. A day at Knott's is not complete without seeing the ice show.
Well, I think you got to devote the time and come see it. It's, I mean, certainly a great production, beautiful show, and as you mentioned, it's not one of those just an amusement park type show. This is a full-on production.
Full ice production, absolutely, and it's a can't miss for Christmas here.
All right, one of your favorite things from this show. Give me one of the highlights. One of your favorite things.
Oh, it's got to be the snowmen, and if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. When they come out and they skate around on the ice, people can't believe it, and the audience response makes it all worth it.
All right, Jeff, thank you for talking with us. I appreciate it.
Merry
and
Christmas.
We'll see you. Let's see. It was Knott's Scary Farm. Now it's Knott's Merry Farm, and we'll see you again.
Knott's Berry Farm.
All right, back to Berry Farm. Right now it's Merry Farm, everybody, and that's where we are, Knott's Merry Farm, simply because you ought to know. Stay with us. More yet to come.
Christmas tree lighting. Right this very minute, candles in the window, right
everybody. Jim Hall, you ought to know, at Knott's Merry Farm is where we are. Santa Claus here, the whole gang's here. Jennifer, introduce yourself again.
I'm Jennifer Blasey. I'm the Director of Publicity for Knott's Berry Farm.
Now
Or should I say Knott's Merry Farm?
That's right. It was Knott's Berry
Merry-
Farm, Knott's
yeah.
Scary Farm, and here we are at Knott's
Merry Farm.
All right. And you've done that how long here?
Oh, we've been doing this for years.
Yeah?
Yes, both the ice show has been going on, I believe, since 1991, and decorating for Christmas has gone on for decades. So it's a
Well,
long
you-
tradition.
You get a lot of media and press in here, and like we are, and we getting information and all these sorts of things. Do you get people around the world that come through here, all the visitors? I know you must, like Australia, Japan. It's got to be from everywhere.
We do. We get a lot of international visitors, but sometimes I still think it's kind of a well-kept secret that we decorate and we have so much live entertainment that really reflect the Christmas season. So we want to let people know it's a great place to be for Christmas.
Well, and this is a place, I don't know how many people know and maybe realize, Knott's has an annual pass that people can get. They can be an annual pass holder and come whenever they like during the year.
That's right. We have a great deal at Knotts.com right now. If you buy it right now, you get the end of this year free of 2010, and then you get the whole next year. So, and it includes our New Year's Eve celebration. So it's a great time if you're interested in buying an annual pass.
Well, we happen to be here at the big lighting of the Christmas tree here at the courthouse, and ghost town out here. The train has just left the station and a lot of things going on. But when you think about this time of year, I mean, I get excited about the Halloween hunt, but when it transposes, and then here we are in Knott's Merry Farm, it's a whole different feel again.
Oh, it is. It's hard to believe it's the same park, but when I first walk out and they've already decorated for Christmas, everywhere I turn, there's beautiful decorations. We have so much entertainment. You know, we have the ice show, It's Christmas Snoopy. We have a bunch of Christmas crafters, so it's a great place. I do a little Christmas shopping, and I encourage people to come down here. Really unique gifts available. We even take our log ride and we transform it into Elf Mountain. So it's actually the elves helping Santa get ready for Christmas.
Okay,
So
a little flavor there.
we even transform some of our rides. And of course, Santa Claus is here in his area meeting people. And this year what's new is Snoopy's Starlight Spectacular, which was our summer event with all the lights in Camp Snoopy, is now Snoopy's Christmas Starlight Spectacular with a Christmas theme to all the lights and all the visuals inside are Christmas and Christmas music going. So that whole area is transformed. We also have a beautiful tree at the front gate. We also have the tree lighting ceremony, which just concluded here. So there's just so much going on. And of course, a lot of great food options too, you know, especially for the Christmas season.
Well, let's talk past the Christmas season just for a half a second or so. What are we looking to in the future here at Knott's?
Gosh, in the future, there's always something new going here at Knott's. For the spring, we're going to have Snoopy Spring Training back, and so we're looking forward to that. That's in Camp Snoopy for the kids, where the kids can participate in sports events and win a prize at the end, so that's kind of fun. We'll also be looking to a new attraction, which is Windseeker, which will be going in next year, so that's a large attraction. And just a host of other things. There's always something new happening here at Knott's.
Well, it is, but we're back in the season. Knott's Merry Farm is where we are. And talk about some of the vendors that we have here, because you can get just about virtually anything. I saw hand-embroidered work being sold out there. Not machine-embroidered, hand-embroidered.
No. Hand-embroidered clothing, aprons, things like that. My girls love, they have a jeweler who uses guitar picks and Scrabble pieces to make unique jewelry. There's unique fragrances for your home. There's one woman who sells their candles, but they're like pies, complete pies, and if you smell them, they smell just like a banana cream pie. So things you're just not going to find just anywhere. So it's really fun to shop.
And I got to ask you, while I'm here at Knott's, I'm looking for a good place to have dinner. You know anywhere?
Oh, let's see. Just almost anywhere makes me happy. But, you know, a lot of people still go to Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner Restaurant because right now it's that time of the year where you just love the chicken and the gravy and the mashed potatoes. All that comfort food is right there. Also, our funnel cakes and sweets in our bakery are great. And then the kids can decorate their own cookies in Ghost Town, by our bakery in Ghost Town, so they can decorate their own Christmas cookies. So.
Well, I was hoping you were going to say Mrs. Knott's Chicken House, because that's where we're headed here in just a little bit, all right? So we're going to do that.
Good choice.
But there always is the funnel cakes and all the goodies that you would expect, so you can get it all here.
Absolutely. That's right. You know, you can just exercise after the holidays. The holidays are the time to indulge, and there's a lot to indulge in here.
All right, Jennifer, and we want to tell you, if you need more information, Knott's Berry Farm has a website people can go to, real simple.
That's right, Knotts.com. Pretty simple.
How much easier than that does it get? You can go to our website, www.odysseytv.org. You can watch all the shows there. You can check into information. And we're going to have this show from Knott's Merry Farm simply because. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, thank you.
You ought to know. We'll be right back to wrap it up, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Everyone here helped us by saying, peace on earth, goodwill towards men. We could create enough true Christmas spirit to light our tree.
That's a great idea. All right, everybody, we're going to need your help, okay? Linus, start us off.
Peace on earth, goodwill towards men.
Peace on earth, goodwill towards men. Say it with us.
Peace on earth,
Goodwill towards men. Peace on earth, goodwill towards men. Peace on earth, goodwill towards men. Peace on earth, goodwill towards men. Peace on earth, goodwill towards men. Peace on earth, goodwill towards men.
amazing! Yeah, you really did do it.
I knew you guys could do it.
I knew it first. Isn't it just spectacular? It really is great. I think I finally understand the true meaning of Christmas.
Well, that's going to put the wraps on another show, everybody. Jim Hall from Knott's Merry Farm in Buena Park, California, along with Connor, and now Caden's out somewhere, running around taking a look at he's probably talking to Santa Claus. I'll bet that's what he's doing. Knott's Merry Farm is where we are. Yeah, you saw Snoopy on ice, got a chance to talk with Jeff, and Jeff to find out about transforming Knott's Berry Farm into Knott's Merry Farm. So glad you could join us on this show. You can see all of our shows at yououghttoknowtv.com. Better yet, go to our website, www.odysseytv.org, and check out Odyssey Television. We want to wish you and yours the very happiest of holiday seasons simply because you ought to know. Merry Christmas, everybody.